Welcome to the Naval Justice School. I'm Edward V. Cruz, a program analyst here with the Naval Justice School in Newport, Rhode Island. This is where the legal training begins for all our sea services, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen. My goal is that you will walk away with a little bit of knowledge of my organization's culture and history. Let's go inside. The Naval Justice School was established in 1946 as an entity of the United States Navy Judge Advocates General Corps. Its purpose is to provide the very best military legal education to all the sea services judge advocates, enlisted and civilian legal professionals, to deliver quality legal service, promote justice, and to enhance sea service fleet readiness. The organization possesses a strong culture that is steeped in value and is displayed throughout the classroom instruction. The organization's official insignia represents a sense of pride. Legalman Chief Joanne Lucero explains. Go.
The Legalman rating was first approved by Secretary of the Navy John Chaffee in January 1972. The new rating was to provide judge advocates with the personnel trained in court reporting, investigations, legal administration, and legal research. The insignia we wear is the mill rind, and it symbolizes the milling of the grains. It also symbolizes the wheels of justice that must grind exceedingly fine and exceptionally even to keep the wheels of justice balanced. As legal men, we are held to a higher standard, and our integrity must never be challenged. We wear this mill rind upon our sleeve with honor, courage, and commitment.
Within the last year, the organization has undertook a significant step in implementing and furthering naval enlisted education. Individuals serving in this occupation are referred to as legalmen and are trained paralegals that assist military attorneys. The Legalman Paralegal Education Program is a process that started as a vision from leaders several years ago. Since its inception of the Legalman rating, top leaders have believed that the enlisted members were not being properly utilized in their roles as paralegals. In 2003, the Legalman rating, along with 4 other occupational ratings, were identified to face possible mergers or total disestablishment. The organization set out on a mission to prove that there was a need for enlisted paralegals and further to prove that our job was very distinct from our counterparts. We further needed to prove that our job required a very specific skill set that other administrative ratings did not possess. Ultimately, the decision was made that the rating would not be merged or discontinued. This was a great victory for our organization. We began asking ourselves, how do we ensure that this would never happen again? This led us to what started out as an initiative and finally an implementation of the Legalman Paralegal Education Program. The proper level of education was the key to ensuring our survival, and the Naval Justice School was identified as the key organization in implementing these educational changes. A partnership was formed with a local university to help the organization achieve its goals of providing proper paralegal education. Through the Legalman Education Paralegal Program, students will complete their education all at the Navy's expense and will be given the necessary time to complete all courses during the normal working hours. Legalman Senior Chief Jacqueline Woodall talks about the benefits of expanding Legalman education.
In our community as legal men in active duty Navy, change is always coming. It's necessary for us to build education, to further our education, to ensure that we can handle tasks assigned by our attorneys, because the law is always changing. So the Legalman Paralegal Education Program was implemented to ensure that each active duty paralegal in the Navy would be able to earn an associate's degree in paralegal studies from an ABA accredited school. The benefits of this program is ensuring that each paralegal on active duty is properly trained on research. They'll be able to conduct research for their attorneys, look up case law online, writing briefs. They take family law, which is necessary to have some knowledge of family law in areas of divorce, adoption, things like that. It's also, they take ethics, so they understand, they have a broader knowledge of ethics and how ethics apply to our job and how it's important for us to instill those ethics in our everyday tasks that we do. So you're getting better educated paralegals who can do more tasks for attorneys, broader tasks for these attorneys, not just making copies anymore, not just answering the phone anymore. We can actually have them do motions, write briefs, and help their attorneys on a much, much broader range than we could in the past.
Implementing such an educational plan was going to require a massive collaboration between several entities. The initial groundwork was led by the Master Chief of the Legalman community, and taskings assigned throughout the entire community. There was a planning team assembled, the Special Assistants for Transformation out of Washington, D.C., along with the education specialists from the Naval Educational Training Command to help guide the organization. At the onset of announcing the implementation, there was resistance. There was an extensive communication plan devised, which was really the best way to respond to any resistance in the organization. Senior Chief Woodall describes the resistance encountered.
Some of the problems and resistance that we've encountered when the Legal and Paralegal Education program was implemented mostly dealt with the active duty paralegals that have been paralegals or have been on active duty for a number of years, 12, 15, 20-year sailors who were absolutely not warm to change. They didn't accept the change, and they have a hard time understanding why the JAG Corps felt it was necessary to educate them better. Flat out, some of them just are against the program for whatever reason. There are also other reasons why some sailors are against it, and that's a lot of them because when they retire, they don't plan on being paralegals once they retire. There are a number of legal men who already have bachelor's degrees, some master's degrees, some associate's degrees, some certificates in psychology, public administration, liberal arts, and not every active duty LN wants to have a degree in paralegal studies. This is not what they want to do once they retire. This is just a temporary stop. So a lot of the resistance we've received has been, why do I have to get this degree when I don't plan on doing whenever I get out of the Navy? Some of it has also been with the ABA accreditation part. A lot of them did not understand why the ABA accredited school part of the certificate or part of the degree was so important. They wanted to be able to obtain degrees wherever they wanted to in paralegal studies, when we've actually narrowed it down and told these sailors that you have to obtain a degree from an ABA accredited school. It's only going to help you. But again, the biggest resistance has been from the old school sailors, or the sailors that have been in for a number of years or have been paralegals for a number of years. They're very resistant to change. They're against it. They don't want to do broader tasks for these attorneys. They're very, very comfortable where they are. They don't want to have to do legal research. They don't want to have to write motions. They don't feel that it's necessary. And then the other part of it was the active duty LNs who already have degrees in other fields of study, or who do not plan on pursuing a paralegal career once they retire.
Other tools utilized to overcome resistance were through video town hall meetings and site visits to address individuals' concerns. In order to help the organization sustain this change process and institutionalize the organization's efforts, several written instructions outlining the program's guidelines were implemented by the Naval Justice School, Office of the Judge Advocates General, and the Chief of Naval Operations. These requirements would make it a requirement for any individual designed to work in this career field to achieve the necessary education. LN3 Corral shares her views as a participant and part of the Legalman Paralegal Education Program.
The benefits of the Legalman Paralegal Education Program is very vast in the sense of I'm able to have my associates once I graduate from here, as well as I'll be 5 classes away from getting my bachelor's. Once I go out into the fleet, I'm going to be recognized as not only being a legalman as far as the Navy standards, but also I'll have the education to back up my role as a paralegal in the United States Navy as well as in the civilian sector.
With any change process, there will be setbacks. With this program came multiple moving parts, and other entities were not adequately prepared to effectively handle the organization's needs. We are in an ongoing process to address these concerns and align the program's needs with the external entity's capabilities. Our organization has faced many initiatives since its establishment. We are an organization that is ever changing in its personnel and leadership styles. Experiencing change and learning to adapt to those changes is our way of life. It is leadership's trust in its personnel that allows the organization to make successful adjustments and implement these new innovative ways of operation that helps to keep us relevant as an organization. We continue to look for innovative ways to ensure that our people are prepared for success long after many of us have moved on. The Legalman Paralegal Education Program is just one more way to move us closer to a vision as a true legal profession.